The concept of advanced technologies developed during the Nazi regime often surfaces within various spheres, including UFO enthusiasts, conspiracy theorists, sci-fi authors, and comic book creators. These theories suggest that the Nazis made remarkable strides in creating high-tech aircraft or spacecraft, some of which allegedly survived the war and were stored discreetly in subterranean bases in Antarctica, South America, or America itself, alongside their creators. Throughout WWII, the appearance of unanticipated objects in European skies was often attributed to groundbreaking Nazi technology. The onset of the Cold War saw Western nations extrapolate that these odd occurrences might be the result of Soviets utilizing seized or repurposed Nazi technology. The Second World War also saw numerous reports of Foo Fighters, a range of peculiar and anomalous airborne phenomenon. Considered by some to be mere hallucinations of soldiers in battle, others took these reports seriously, and significant investigations were undertaken by esteemed scientists like Luis Alvarez. Some Allied commanders and intelligence units considered that Foo Fighters spotted in Europe might be advanced German craft or weaponry. They noted that the Germans had already innovated with the V-1 and V-2 rockets and the first operational jet. Powered Me-262 fighter planes, a few of these Foo Fighters seem to have inflicted harm on Allied aircraft. In 1946, enigmatic rocket, or missile-shaped flying objects referred to as ghost rockets, were mostly observed in Sweden and its neighboring countries. Starting with reports from Finnish observers on February 26, 1946, approximately 2,000 sightings were recorded up till December of the same year, with surges recorded in August. While some of these sightings were corroborated by radar detection and remnants put down to ghost rockets, several were later attributed to meteors. It's notable that the peak sightings coincided with the apex of the annual Perseid meteor shower. However, most of these sightings didn't occur when meteor showers were active, and the reported maneuverable behavior of these ghost rockets contrasts with meteor characteristics. Counter-arguments on the origin of these unidentified ghost rockets still persist in 1946. They were widely believed to be long-range testings of captured German V-1, V-2 missiles, or perhaps an early form of cruise missile by the Soviets. Recognizing the potential value of the information, the Swedish Army instructed newspapers against publishing the exact location of ghost rocket sightings that could help determine the object's direction or speed. It was assumed that such details would be invaluable to the nation carrying out the tests. In the aftermath of World War II, the Germans had been undertaking development work on several groundbreaking types of aircraft and guided missiles. Notably, these were the only known crafts that could begin to rival the capabilities reported by isolated UFO sightings. These initial reports were typically limited to military ranks. However, public recognition of these German flying saucers began with an article in the Italian newspaper Il Giornale d'Italia. In the early months of 1950, the report was written by Giuseppe Belluso, a renowned Italian scientist and a former minister in the Mussolini regime. Belluso postulated that research and design work on these flying discs had begun in Germany and Italy as far back as 1942, and speculated on the involvement of a major power in propelling the discs for observational purposes concurrently. Rudolf Schriever, a German technician, claimed ownership of a design for a flying disc powered by turbine blades. He alleged that he and his team at BMW's Prague factory had developed this project up until April 1945. When he parted ways with the company in 1953, Avro Canada revealed its development of the VS9 Navrocar, a circular jet aircraft with an estimated speed of 1,500 mph, 2,400 km/h. This sparked claims from German engineer George Klein, alleging that these designs were originally conceived during the Nazi era. Klein identified two such supposed German flying discs, a stationary disc developed by a V-2 rocket engineer, Richard Maethe, and another designed by Rudolf Schriever and Klaus Haber-Mothel in Prague, featuring a ring of moving turbine blades around a fixed cockpit. Klein also stated that he had been present for the first manned flight of this aircraft on 14 February 1945. Despite these claims, evidence corroborating the claimed experiences and identities of the involved individuals is scarce, adding to the overall ambiguity and intrigue surrounding these discussions. Post-war, despite Schriever working as a supply truck driver for the U.S. Army, he still maintained that offers were consistently made by foreign delegates regarding his wartime project. Fedden alluded that the Germans were involved in several unconventional aerotechnical pursuits during the war. Though he didn't give any specific details, By the time the 1960s came around, fringe writers were drawing links between Nazi UFOs, the supernatural and otherworldly beings there are tales of supposed Nazi UFOs, such as Unraveling, Feuerball, Discus, Haunebu, Dorito, shaped objects, and other alleged classified projects. Companies that manufacture models like Airfix and Revel have even released designs of the Haunebu, which also features in video games like X-Plane 11. Stories emerged as early as 1950, possibly influenced by Germany's historical development of unique engines like Victor Schoberger's Repulsion during WWII. These rumors have found their way into fiction and non-fiction media, often interspersed with more verifiable information. When Ernst Zundel, a German Holocaust denier, began his publishing career in the 1970s, he primarily catered to the UFO community. His book suggested that the UFOs were Nazis' secret weapons originating from an underground base in Antarctica, aimed at conquering Earth and potentially other planets. Zundel went as far as selling seats on an exploration team intending to find the entrance to the supposed hollow Earth. A consistent theme in German UFO literature is that Nazi Germany established New Swabia's territory in Antarctica and sent expeditions there while pursuing advanced propulsion technology. This included the experimental circular-wing aircraft of Arthur Sack, as 6 and research into engine technology by Victor Schauberger. In the 1960s, a book by Louis Pauwels and Jacques Bergier titled The Morning of the Magicians speculated about the Vril Society in Berlin. Subsequent authors expanded upon these assertions, engaging the Vril Society with the concept of UFOs, even suggesting that the society had made contact with aliens and developed flying disc prototypes to meet them. According to these claims, following Germany's defeat in WWII, the society retreated to an Antarctica base before disappearing into the hollow Earth to supposedly join the leaders of an advanced race inside the Earth. The alleged top-secret Nazi device, the Bell or Die Glock, has sparked significant debate and intrigue due to its depiction as a mysterious technological wonder weapon amidst rumors of Nazi scientific advancements. First brought to attention by Polish journalist and author Igor Witkowski in 2000. The story of Die Glock was further popularized by military journalist Nick Cook, who linked it to theories of Nazi occultism, anti-gravity, and hushed research into free energy, yet mainstream critics have blasted these claims as superfluous pseudoscience and unsubstantiated gossip. The air of mystery surrounding Die Glock and similar supposed Nazi miracle weapons has graciously found its way into pop culture, featuring in video games, television series, and novels. However, the existence of such a device remains disputed amongst skeptics who question its design and actual development. Writings and productions that reference these theories include the 1947 science fiction novel Rocket Ship Galileo by Robert A. Heinlein, which narrates a story of a Nazi moon base, and the 2012 movie Iron Sky, which portrays a persistent Nazi base on the moon that launches an earthly attack using flying saucers. In addition to these, Revel also manufactured a model kit named WWII in 2018, which they presented as a depiction of a factual Nazi flying saucer. This invoked criticism for historical dishonesty and led to its eventual withdrawal. Similarly, the 2017 video game Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus incorporated an aircraft named Haunebu V, supposedly produced in Nazi-occupied Roswell, New Mexico. Even the comic Flight of Fancy from the 2017 Commando series referenced one such speculative flying disc, the Schriever Flugkreisel,